Okay, hey you guys. So I am doing a homemade um, hamburger helper. So I took a pound of ground beef and I actually broke it in half. The other half I am going to use in the next few days, or I may just cook it up and store it in the freezer pre-cooked for something else. So let me go ahead and grab my spoon or something to bop this up with. The recipe that I'm using, I'm actually cutting it in half, which it called for 1 pound of ground beef, but I still would have used half regardless, even if I was making the full recipe. The full recipe makes enough servings for 6. I'm just hoping for 1 little container of leftovers because we still have some leftovers from meatloaf and a few other things. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this chopped up and start it cooking. I'm going to get everything ready to go while this starts to cook. And then I will be back and show you how this all comes together. Okay, so the meat is still cooking away. It's still a little pink. So I've changed to a spatula because it's just easier. In my little container here, I have half a teaspoon of parsley flake, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of onion powder. The recipe originally called for onion to cook with the ground beef, but again, the only stuff I have, I mixed in celery with it. I could have added that in, but I just opted for the powder. I've also got over here a can of tomato sauce. Since I'm cutting the recipe in half, I only need 4 ounces. The other 4 ounces I'm actually going to pour into a silicone cupcake liner, and I'm going to freeze that. And then once it's frozen, I'm going to pop it out and put it in a bag and save it for another use. So I will bring you back here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and drain this and then put it back in the pot, put my seasonings in, and then we'll start adding everything else in for hamburger helper. Okay, so I've added in my seasonings and I've put everything back in the pot. I'm going to go ahead and add 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of beef broth. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added the beef stock, the milk, and the tomato sauce. Over here, I have my muffin cup really full of the rest of the tomato sauce. So this is going to go in the freezer just like this until it's frozen. Okay, and here is my 1 cup of pasta. Yes, I am that person. I do weigh some things. Pasta is one of them. Let me go ahead and get everything out of here. I'm going to go ahead and get this going to a boil. Then I'm going to cook it for 10 to 12 minutes with the lid on. So I will be back in just a second. Okay, guys, so it has cooked for about 11 minutes. I stirred it occasionally just to make sure it wasn't going to stick. I ended up adding another 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of milk because it started evaporating on me because I wasn't using a lid. Right now I'm adding a couple of handfuls, about 1 cup, of mild cheddar. Truthfully, I would use any cheese that I have. It's really hard to grab cheese one-handed. Okay, so there is all the cheese. And now I'm just going to stir that together and get that all melty and yummy and delicious. And I promise you, this tastes just like Hamburger Helper. But as you can see, I made half a recipe, and I think it makes more than a regular box does using the whole pound of ground beef. So this is our lunch for today. Hamburger Helper, homemade. So this is absolutely delicious. So it's kind of a blast from the past if you grew up eating this like I did. So this is just a quick homemade version. Please remember, guys, to like, subscribe, share, tell everybody about my channel, because I am making videos pretty much every day, sometimes more than once a day. So I look forward to seeing you guys later this evening. Bye.